Well, what a start to the sub-state semifinal evening is in Wakefield. You heard the Washington County Tigers come from behind, not lead until inside of 2 minutes, and then back and forth those buckets came between Washington County and Reagan. The Tigers held off the Buffaloes in that semifinal matchup. So great call from Flip Casper in Wakefield. Now the Clay Center Tigers are getting warmed up along with the Rock Creek Mustangs. It is the semifinals in sub-state 4A Division II. Now getting set to go here from Chapman. We're going to take another time out, then we'll get you set for pregame here from Chapman. Stay with us. We're coming back in a little bit.
Planting your seed at the right depth is critical for a good stand and a maximum farming return. That's why you should consider installing a hydraulic downforce on your planter.
Hydraulic downforce is a way to ensure that we get the correct amount of pressure on the grow units to place the seed at the right depth to get the best stand we can.
The hydraulic downforce is an investment in your planter that pays off.
On the average, we can get 10 bushels an acre over your standard factory spring.
Talk to Central Valley Ag now about the hydraulic downforce.
Just as Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy is there for you to fill all your prescription drugs and over-the-counter medications, they're also there for you in their Radio Shack department to supply your electronic needs. Connectors, adapters, cameras, TVs, computers, batteries, and a wide variety of electronic gadgets are all available for you, along with the personal service and helpful advice you appreciate from your hometown businesses. Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack is there for you.
Even in today's computer age, some folks like to keep their records the safe and old-fashioned way.
Like chiseling them into large stones?
Not that old-fashioned, Roscoe. Here at Central Office, we stock those hard-to-find farm and small business record books, columnar pads, dome auto record, and home budget books, and more. Plus, to add it all up, we've got the Canon heavy-duty printing calculator on sale for $75 and adding paper for $7.45 for a pack of 12 rolls. As you get ready for tax time, come see us at Central Office in Clay Center.
Debenham Electric Heating and Air has the experience to properly diagnose and repair any electrical problem. They can handle electrical wiring on residential, commercial, and ag projects. They also specialize in heating and air systems. They'll make sure your heating unit and AC are running at peak performance or install a new unit to heat or cool your home comfortably. Next time you need a reliable electrician, give Debenham Electric Heating and Air a call. Serving Clay, Washington, Riley, and Cloud counties.
Tonight, the Clay Center Tigers look to pull off some March Madness magic as they take on the number 1 seeded and second-ranked team in the state, the Rock Creek Mustangs. Tiger pregame is here as Clay Center goes into the semifinals of the 4A Division II Sub-State Championships. Your pregame is being brought to you by Clay County National Bank, McGee Roofing, Farmers Union Insurance, Jim Gearhan, Republican Valley Irrigation, and Debenham Electric Heating and Air.
Being a student athlete means carrying great responsibility because you represent not only yourself, but also your family, school, and community. Taking pride in academics is as important as taking pride in athletics. So whether in the classroom or on the court or field, develop passion for what you do. Be determined in your endeavors and work hard to achieve your goals. These qualities will help you succeed and find fulfillment now and in the next chapters of your life. We're proud to stand behind you, Tigers. We're Clay County National Bank, member FDIC.
Do you believe professionalism should be rewarded? When you find a contractor who shows up early, works long days, gets the job done on time with expertise, cleans up so well you can't tell they've been there except for the fact their work is finished and looking great, you know that's the only contractor you'll ever want to hire. These are words that an actual customer has used to describe McGee Roofing. The customer has used McGee Roofing twice and will again. Reward professionalism, hire McGee Roofing.
Hey, Tiger fans, the lights are on, the team is ready, and the coaching staff has put together a successful game plan for tonight's game. Have you thought about your insurance game plan? This is Jim Gearhan with Farmers Union Insurance. Let us help put together a game plan for all your insurance needs. We cover everything from cars, trucks, boats, and motorcycles to homes, combines, and businesses. We can even help insure your retirement. Stop by and see us at 426 Lincoln Avenue, downtown Clay Center, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics.
They say you don't become number 1 by being lucky. Valley Irrigation is proof of that. No one sells more pivots than Valley. Smart growers know the legendary quality and durability of Valley pivots are second to none. From structural superiority to technical excellence, there are more reasons to choose Valley.
See Republican Valley Irrigation or call 632-5588.
And we do bring you to Chapman High School as the Clay Center Tigers get set for the Class 4A Division II Sub-State Championship semifinal. Great matchup before this ball game, although it ended up being a 10-point contest. Chapman beating Santa Fe Trail. That thing was nip and tuck until a technical foul late against the one of the players on the bench for Santa Fe Trail opened up the door for Chapman, and they hit 6 free throws in a row to pull away for a 10-point victory. But a couple of great early semifinal games, Bill Casper in Wakefield, and here Chapman getting by Santa Fe Trail.
Yeah, Washington County pulled it out, and then, said it was really anybody's ball game until the last 20 seconds. And Chapman had a 3-point lead. Their 3-point shooter guy got a good shot. It rattled out. Chapman got the rebound. They fouled him. And then they got a frustration technical, and then, like you said, the floodgates kind of got open from there. But good for Chapman. They get a chance to play on their home floor to go to state.
Yeah, that'll be Saturday evening, the late game, and the winner of this game will be the opponent for the Chapman Irish. Clay Center Tigers getting set to face the number 1 seed in this tournament and the number 2 ranked team in the state, the Rock Creek Mustangs. Rocky Downing along with Wonk Wallace, that other voice you hear here tonight, and back in the studio, our engineer is Chase Elliott. Flip Casper already a great call earlier in that Washington County come from behind win. They never led until inside 2 minutes, and now they're on their way to the Sub-State Championship on Saturday night in a loaded Sub-State in Wakefield. Onega put up one heck of a fight, leading almost the entire way until Washington County took it away with a 46-40 free win. Connor Penning with 26 points in that contest. We'll take a timeout here. When we come back, we'll look at the first meeting between these two teams way back before they had even tipped the ball off for this 2014-15 season, the opening game of the year in the Den. We'll look at that matchup and the matchup here as they've played a lot of games since that time. That and more coming up on pregame next.
Make sure your seeds go exactly where you want them. Have your planter meters calibrated before you go to the field.
Each percent that seed meter is off could relate to 1.5 bushels per acre.
Central Valley Ag Equipment Specialist Roger Wilton can make sure your seed singulation and spacing follow your planting prescription.
If your meter is off 3 or 4%, suddenly that starts to factor into a lot of dollars.
Make sure you get the best stand. Contact your nearest Central Valley Ag.
Where the customer comes first.
When your unique health concerns require a specific medication compound that is made just for you, the pharmacists at Patterson Health Mart are qualified to do so and will even consult with your physician if needed. Compounding medications to address your unique health needs is an important part of the personalized care you can expect from the pharmacists at Patterson Health Mart in downtown Clay Center and also at Patterson Apothecary near the hospital. Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy, putting the care into health care.
Even in today's computer age, some folks like to keep their records the safe and old-fashioned way.
Like chiseling them into large stones?
Not that old-fashioned, Roscoe. Here at Central Office, we stock those hard-to-find farm and small business record books, columnar pads, Dome Auto Record, and home budget books, and more. Plus, to add it all up, we've got the Canon heavy-duty printing calculator on sale for $75 and adding paper for $7.45 per pack of 12 rolls. As you get ready for tax time, come see us at Central Office in Clay Center.
Farmway Co-op, your partner in growth, over a century of serving you, built on pride in everything we do. Agriculture and farmway working hand in hand, looking to the future across this great land. It's where you belong. FarmwayCoop.com. Farmway Co-op, your partner in growth.
Well, we're about 10 minutes away from tip-off here in Chapman for the Clay Center Tigers and their matchup against the Rock Creek Mustangs. I have some scores, though, to update you. Let's start in Class 4A, Division I and Division II. Abilene and Concordia playing tonight. Abilene does win 68-47 over Wamego. Ryan Wilson had 22 points to lead the way for the Cowboys. So they're on to the semifinals. That is a loaded 4A Division I sub-state. And then Concordia is out at Colby, and they beat Goodland tonight in the boys' game 69-40 Cooper Holmes with 30 points to lead the way. Ian Nordell with 19. And Cordy will play the winner of TMP and Colby on Saturday evening for that championship. In Class 1A Division I girls, Centralia advances over Immaculata 53-21. They'll get the winner of Valley Heights and Donovan West. They're getting set to play right now. 1A Division II girls, Wetmore knocks off number 2 seed Southern Cloud. A bunch of three-pointers to start the second half for Wetmore. The difference in that ball game, 58-42. Wetmore advancing over the Southern Cloud Lady Warriors to end Southern Cloud season. Hanover big over Lakeside, 49-15. Hanover, the number 2 seed, they'll get the winner of Clifton Clyde and Thunder Ridge getting set to play. That is in Thunder Ridge, that is at Clifton Clyde High School. The Eagles hosting that ball game this evening in the semifinals. Class 3A, the Riley County Falcon girls have not heard a score on that. Marysville did fall to Nemaha Central in the 3A girls matchup this evening that ends their season. So a lot of basketball around the state, for that matter. But all these teams playing tonight and tomorrow, Wonk, are 2 games away from the state championship, and it's that time of year when anything truly can happen.
Yeah, it's second season. You wipe the play clean. You obviously have seeds in this tournament, so Rock Creek, that's the first seed, so obviously that's going to be a tough row for the Tigers, but they're on an even scale as Rock Creek, though, right now. The records are low.
And throw out the 71-46 ball game that took place back early in December, the opening game of the year between these two teams. The Tigers were down 17-12 after one quarter. They trailed by 14 going into the second half, and then really Carson Becker, the difference in that ball game. He had 27 of their 71 points over the Tigers, and then a little bit of balance beyond that point. But this is a big, athletic, very talented. They've been a team that's been really strong in the Mid-East League for a while. And Rock Creek, second ranked in the state, it's a tall task. There's no one that doesn't understand that more than the Tigers. But, you know, they got to come out tonight and just give it out and see what happens.
Well, yeah, and even though that was the first game of the season, it hasn't been that long enough ago that they don't remember the performance that Carson Becker put on him. And he's a 6'5" junior. He's not thin. He's not, huge, but he's a muscular guy. He's a load in the paint and moves his feet well, and that's going to be the Tigers have a task to shut down.
For the Clay Center Tigers, they come off a loss to Concordia. You saw what they just did to Goodland. Cooper Holmes had another big night. That guy's on a roll. As a junior, already has the Panthers scoring record. And the Tigers just had in that second half things, and they couldn't get the ball in the hole, and things went south on them. Probably, although they would have loved to have gone right back on the court, I'm certain, as players, probably a good thing they had a little more than a week to prepare for tonight's ball game, kind of get back to doing what they want to do.
Yeah, and, they've kind of dealt with this all year long, but they aren't a big team, and Rock Creek's not huge, but they're bigger than we are. But we've dealt with that, all year long. So it's going to be a something that they have to plan against to try and match up with the outside that they have, and they've got a chance to see this team before, and Carson Becker scored 27 on us, so they're going to have to shut him down if they know that to get a chance to win it.
Clay Center, Rock Creek. It's a semifinal matchup. The winner gets Chapman here on the Irish's home court on Saturday evening for a chance to go to Park City at Hartman Arena for the state championship. Game 1 in this tournament getting set to tip off in about 5 minutes from right now. We'll take another timeout. Back with more on pregame after this.
What happened?
This house is too small.
So let's buy a new house.
But we can't afford a new house. Money doesn't grow on trees.
That's why we'll go to United Bank and Trust. I heard they have low mortgage rates that are affordable for everyone.
Well, then let's go right now.
Stop and see me, Maria Fitzmeyer.
Or me, Carla Sweet at United Bank and Trust to talk about getting your new home loan process started.
Or visit us online at ubankonline.com. UBank, we deliver. Equal housing lender and member FDIC.
The Northeast Kansas First Trials are in, and the Oldie Seed 2414 corn hybrid takes first place with an impressive 208.6 bushel performance, outperforming 35 other hybrids in 4 locations. And if you're concerned about managing risk this season, ask about our new Drought Guard hybrids that are delivering record yields. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555. That's 877-692-4555.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in your Twin Valley digital TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit twinvalley.net/TVE to learn more.
Stop by the deli department at Ray's Apple Market for a better look at the delicious contents inside the new updated display cases. You'll be tempted by the choices of hot entrees and sides, along with cool pasta salads, fresh cheeses, and savory deli meats ready to be cut to your specifications. Ray's Apple Market offers $5 meals to go, new signature salads, and more sandwiches. The new deli cases are brighter, more appealing, and hold the most delicious on-the-go meal options. Ray's Apple Market, your town, your store.
Back once again here in Chapman, our studio engineer is Chase Elliott, along with Larry Wallace. This is Rocky Downing on a Thursday evening semifinals of Sub-State. Now, tomorrow night, it will be another doubleheader. Washington County girls will play at 6 p.m. That'll take place at Wakefield High School, and then right back here for the Clay Center Lady Tigers as the number 1 seed, and they'll also face Rock Creek tomorrow night, same as the boys. That'll be coming up again tomorrow evening. Doubleheader of basketball, 6 p.m. for Washington County 2A at Wakefield, and then the Clay Center Tigers in Class 4A back here in Chapman Division 2 facing Rock Creek. Both teams actually, Clay Center back on the floor and going through their final warm-ups before we get a chance to get this thing going about 2.5 minutes away. And we'll continue to get some scores in from around the KCOI community as this evening rolls along, and as we get those, we'll certainly pass that information straight to you. Now, Saturday night, we're hoping for another doubleheader. In fact, we'd love to have live look-ins from Wakefield if Washington County and Clay Center can both advance tomorrow night, and then if Clay Center can join Washington County on Saturday evening, we would have live look-ins from both Wakefield and here in Chapman on Saturday evening as well. The starting lineups are about to be announced here in Chapman. Stay with us. We'll come back with more on the way next.
2015 is a monumental year for the Citizens National Bank as it marks their 100th anniversary. Throughout the year, the Citizens National Bank will be celebrating a century of strength and stability with many events and surprises planned. Be sure to like their Facebook page so you can stay on top of all these exciting events. This is a significant milestone of providing personalized service and a century of success. The Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
Bulk fill planters are big on efficiency, but all that extra weight increases the risk of soil compaction. The Kinsey 3600 with hydraulic weight transfers evens things out. The weight of the planter is evenly distributed across the entire toolbar, so you get the productivity of planting with bulk fill while reducing soil compaction and maintaining consistent seed depth. Bulk up while watching your weight. Come see the Kinsey 3600 today at Bruna Implement Company in Marysville, Washington, and Clay Center, or go to kinsey.com.
Hear what customers in Lynn wrote. Dear Geisler Roofing,
we would like to commend you on the wonderful work you did installing the windows and siding on our house. They look amazing. What an awesome clean job your crew did. Not a splinter of wood was left behind. The crew was very courteous and efficient. We have received many compliments and have recommended your company to others.
Choose a company with integrity. Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. Visit GEISLERroofing.com.
To make sure your wheat crop is as bountiful as possible, it's time to finish up with the top dressing boost from Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales. The field specialists Brent, Alan, Darren, Kent, Mike, and Kenny Beach have experience and knowledge in a variety of aspects concerning crop producers like you, such as soil analysis, plant nutrition, pest diagnosis, yield monitoring, water management, and even regulatory and environmental issues. Call the guys you can trust for good advice at Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales.
Again, we return to Chapman as the Clay Center Tigers get set for their opening round of the Sub-State 4 Division II Championships, taking on number 2 ranked, number 1 seeded Rock Creek Mustangs. The first meeting between these two, Rock Creek back in the very first game of the season, would pull away and win that ball game in a 71-46 final. The Clay Center Tigers come in at 3-17. Rock Creek 19-1. As mentioned, they are second ranked in the state in 4A Division II. And starting lineups are being announced right now here in Chapman. For the Rock Creek Mustangs, will be the home team on the scoreboard. It'll be Nate Berard, a 6'1 senior, Jackson Goodmiller, 5'11 and a senior. Now, Berard had 14 points against the Tigers in the first meeting. Goodmiller had 1 free throw made. Alex Feldkamp is a 6' senior. He scored 2 against the Tigers back in the opening game. Zach Nider had 10 points, including a couple of threes. He's a 6'3 senior. And Carson Becker, 6'5 the junior. And Walt talked about him earlier. 27 points in that ball game in the first meeting for Goodmiller, or Becker, I should say, of Rock Creek. The Clay Center Tigers, Lane Lively averages 8.4 a game, almost 4 boards a game, and 2.5 assists. He's a 6'2 junior. Also, Ethan Rosine, 6'4 the junior, almost 7 points, over 4 rebounds a game. Bo Richardson, almost 6 points and 3+ boards a contest, a 6'1 senior. Brady Hamill is a 6'3 senior. He averages at 7.8 a game, 2.7 boards a contest. And Caleb Carlson, 6'2 and a senior, 4.4 points, 2.5 boards a game for the Tigers. And as they get set to take the court here, the Tigers will take on, again, Rock Creek. And good atmosphere here in Chapman. They had a great crowd on hand at home and an exciting ball game that went down to the wire. The Irish already with the win. Now they'll take on Rock Creek, who has probably no thoughts other than getting to Park City in their mind through this sub-state, and sometimes that can be dangerous for a favorite team. That's the hope of the Tigers.
Well, it definitely is something that we have to take advantage of. Try and come out here and get to them early.
Opening tip-off is controlled by the Mustangs, so the Tigers back in a zone defense to begin. Left on the wing is Berard. He'll bring it back outside, and it'll be Feldkamp who works it around. They landed the ball a lot. Top of the key, it goes to Becker. Becker will do most of his damage down inside, although he does have some range to step out and take the jumper if need be. Size for Rock Creek, certainly over the Tigers. As Larry said earlier, though, that's something the Tigers are used to battling throughout the season. At the top of the key now is Nider. They'll go right on the wing. Baseline pass, Berard to the corner. Now it's Goodmiller with it, and back out deep near the timeline. It goes to Alex Feldkamp. So almost 40 seconds into the opening possession for Rock Creek. No shots taken. Now the drive on the baseline. Berard gets inside the lane. Shot is short. Rebound off to the man who wears the hard hat every night. Caleb Carlson brings down the first defensive board. Here's Richardson in the front court. Ball stripped away. Knocked into the Rock Creek student section. And it goes out of bounds to the Tigers on the sideline. So a very deliberate opening possession for Rock Creek that ends in a missed shot. The Tigers got the one and done. They have the basketball here. Richardson throws it out near the timeline to Lane Lively. Lively back left to Richardson. Now the screen coming from Carlson. He'll leave it. Screen now from Rosine. Richardson to the corner for Lively. Here's Rosine near the paint. Out top, Brady Hamill for 3. Rims off. And a rebound comes down inside to Goodmiller. Rock Creek on the move. No score as of yet. 6:45 to work in the opening period. Feldkamp between the rings. Actually just inside of the clover here. The Irish mark out at top of the half-court stripe. Now baseline corner left. It comes to Becker. Back to Becker. He'll pull the 15-footer. It's strong. Weak side board to Lane Lively. Down court quickly. Hamill attacks the paint. In the lane. Leans. Has it swatted out of bounds. It will be Clay Center's basketball on the baseline. No score through 6:22 to work in the opening period. It'll be Richardson to inbound. Tigers late getting the set from the inbounds on the baseline. They do get it to Rosine. It's stripped away, though, by Berard and taken back the other direction. Berard to the lane. Haynes swatted out of there by Brady Hamill. Lane Lively the deflection. Tigers get it back, and again, no score as of yet. Based our post pass, I should say, Rosine quickly off the glass, and the Tigers have the early lead. Quick draw knocks it in. 2 minutes into the ball game, Tigers lead it here 2-0. Left side wing deep is Berard. Back out to Feldkamp. It's inside of the timeline. Now out beyond the arc comes Carson Becker, the 6'5 junior, scored 27 against the Tigers in the opening meeting. Now they swing it around left to Feldkamp. Back outside Goodmiller. Right wing to Nate Berard. 5:38 to work. Rock Creek scoreless thus far. Tigers back in that zone defense. Now outside, Zach Snyder. 3-point shot right from Berard is strong. The long rebound to the sideline. Goodmiller tracks it down. That went off of Richardson. Poe is pointing to the opposing player. I'm not sure it didn't ricochet off Richardson and off Goodmiller, but they called it off the Tigers.
Tigers back in that zone in Rock Creek, missing from the outside.
Becker drives and steps out of bounds. This will be Clay Center's basketball. Now, the one thing that Rock Creek is going to see tonight, they did not see those many months ago, at least many weeks ago, back in December, is this zone. The Tigers came out and really tried to pressure on D and man-to-man, and Becker really took advantage. So the zone defense could be something the Tigers can use to their advantage. They have thus far. They lead 2-0. 5:10 to work, opening period. Bo Richardson, left on the wing to Lively. Lane ball fake, steps toward the paint. Now against Becker, has it swatted out of bounds, but it'll be Clay Center's basketball on the baseline. Good drive by Lively, but again, the Tigers can set up an inbound play from below their own bucket. Richardson will inbound. Looks low, holds, now fires it out deep for Hamill, and Brady has it working against Snyder. Here's Richardson, the drive, mid-lane, jumper up, rolls off, tipped up by Carlson. Here's Rosine, won't go down. Now the rebound again to Rosine. Misses, gets it back, and it's fouled. And Ethan Rosine in the Clay Center Tigers walk relentless on the boards right now.
Wow, they just couldn't get it to go. I don't know, was it about 6 offensive rebounds in there? And it was all point-blank shots, but they were contested. They weren't easy shots, but they were unable to knock them down. They have to go to to get it.
Well, even if they couldn't get the shot off, two things happened. They get to the stripe. Rosine knocks the first free throw down, but they also pick up the first foul on Carson Becker. Anytime you can get that kind of shot blocker and score in at least some type of situation where they have to think about fouls, it certainly helps the cause. Tigers now up 3-1. Becker, his first foul. Rosine made the first. Second free throw on its way. This one's also down. And quick draw, Rosine has the Tigers' first 4 points. It's a 4-0 start. 4:45 to work. Here's Becker. Mid-lane jumper up and good. Tough shot, guarded, and able to drop it in. It's 4-2. Tigers on top. Midway point here in the opening period. Lane Lively brings it across with a dribble. He gets it off the sideline to Richardson. Bo pulls the jumper on the move. No, tipped up and in by Carlson, and they call him for over the back. Caleb, I think, thought he was going to get a chance at a 3-point play, but they called him going up over the top. What a tip-in, though, by the team. Instead of a bucket, it's a foul on the Tigers, and it's Rock Creek basketball. 4:24 to work. Tigers do lead 4-2. Here's Goodmiller into the front court. Left baseline, it goes now to Caleb Rogie just in. Back outside and around, Berard, right corner, 3-point attempt, and dropped in by Rogie, who just came off the sideline. And so against the zone, they bring Rogie in. The Tigers now down 5-4. Here's Lively in the backcourt. Across it comes to Richardson. A three-quarter court trap put on by the Mustangs. Tigers handle it pretty nicely here. Hamill, right wing, starts the drive, now backs it out with a dribble at the top, gives it off to Bo Richardson. 3:50 to work, opening quarter. Tigers down 1. Here's Lively to the glass, takes it up strong. Can't get it to fall. Rebound, Rosine, blocked. One more time with the left, no. Rebound picked up and out of bounds goes Rock Creek. This will be Clay Center's basketball, and I mean, they are a fury right now on the board tonight.
They are hitting the offensive board strong and being aggressive. This is the most aggressive offensively I've seen the Tigers all year long. And they're going to get some of those to drop. They keep that up.
Keeping themselves in it right now. Down by 1, 3:59 to work. First quarter, time out of the court. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 100.9.
Union State Bank has strong roots in agricultural banking, and we are dedicated to helping you succeed in your farm and ranch operations. Since 1901, we have partnered with local ag producers. Whether a fifth-generation farmer or just starting, you can depend on us. I'm Keith Blake, and we consider it a privilege to continue the tradition of leadership in agricultural lending in the community. We work for you, and we are proud to serve you. Union State Bank in Clay Center, member FDIC.
5-4. A three-pointer from Caleb Oleg off the sideline for Rock Creek, the difference in this ballgame. The Tigers had a 4-0 lead to start. They now trail by one. Ethan Rosine, all four of the Tigers' points at this time. But really, the story of this game, Walk, is rebounding for the Tigers.
I'm not sure if this is right, Rock, but I have us out-rebounded Rock Creek 8-2 so far, and probably 7 of those are offensive rebounds.
Cade Wallace into the game out of the timeout. He'll inbound it, lobbing it out deep for Bo Richardson. Rock Creek in a man-to-man. Richardson right side with the dribble. Spins now left. He kicks it left wing and deep to Wallace. Cade holds outside. Now to the baseline. Fakes the three. Lobs it back out deep. Lane Lively retrieves it. Now he'll dribble penetrate. Left baseline. Wallace for three. And a trigger good. Murph knocks it down. Left baseline. The Tigers lead it 7-5. 3:15 to work. Baseline right. Rogie hits the three earlier for Rock Creek. Doesn't look at it here. Left on the wing. It goes to Berard. Right side and deep, Rogie. Tigers in that zone. Goodmiller left to Berard. He'll dribble penetrate. Cut off. Now caught in a double team down low in the short corner. Out deep it comes to Becker. Berard drives in, leans, can't get the roll. Tipped out of bounds. That's off of Rock Creek. Play Center's basketball. They lead it by 2 here with 2:53 to work. First period.
Had a big shot by Cade, deep corner that's left out there earlier. And both teams are trying to get the ball inside, but they do. Defense wants them to shoot outside shots, so we got a couple of good three-pointers in there.
Pressure by Rock Creek. Lively had Carlson open down court, got knocked away. Then Carlson nearly took it back, got the ball loose to the baseline, and they'll say it's off of the Tigers. It'll stay with Rock Creek. They'll have it below their own basket. So the Tigers, I love the attitude they've come into this basketball game with. Left baseline, Rogie hit his first three and drills another, and he has a pretty release. Rock Creek now up by 1, 8-7. Cade Wallace in the backcourt, double team at him. He dribbles through it. Down at the top of the key, works off the defender. Baseline left is Hamill. Brady shovels it back outside the wall. Cade, hesitation dribble. He draws the foul. This will be the second whistle against Rock Creek. With 2:19 to go, the Tigers keep the basketball down by 1.
That was also against Becker.
It's his second now. And that will be something really big to look at. And Cade Wallace baited him into that. He just kind of hesitated a couple of times. Becker tried to cut the baseline off and tipped him up. And so the Tigers have the basketball. Wallace to inbound. Needs to get it somewhere. Now lobs it sideline left to Lane Lively. Lane holds. Now ball fakes a couple of times. Dribble penetrates. Ball fakes again. Leans in with a shot. Drops it in. Magic has 5 points, and it's 9-8 now. Correction, 2 points. First 2 of the ball game. The Tigers are up by 1. Here's a shot mid-lane. No good. Rebound batted around. So Richardson tracks it down to the Tigers, who lead by 1. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first period. Wallace, right wing. Ball batted away. Gets it back. Double teamed in the corner. Down low it goes to Hamill. He had an idea to kick it across paint and lost it out of bounds. The Tigers will turn it back over, but leading by 1. 1:47 to go first period. Rock Creek will have it. Ethan Rosine back in the game for the Tigers. Again, with 1:45 to go first quarter, they lead 9-8. The back quarter and the front court, I should say, Jackson Goodmiller gives it off to Nate Berard. Corner right to Rogie, who's hit 2 of 2 from beyond the arc against the Tigers' zone. Goodmiller, left baseline. Rogie again for 3. Short this trip. Rebound, weak side comes off. The quick draw, Rosine. Tigers by 1. Bo Richardson across the timeline. Left wing, baseline 3 from Lively. Boom! Magic Lively has 5, and the Tigers lead it by 4 with 1:10 to go first quarter. Drop down in low. Toward the lane, shot off glass. A good one from Jared Garcia, 6'3", active in the paint, and he brings Rock Creek back within 2 under 1 minute to go first quarter. Tigers up 12-10. Here's Cade Wallace in the front court. Left wing and deep is Lively. Lane holds with a 5 count on. Now puts the dribble down. He works against Rogie. Crosses over to the baseline. Kick across. Wallace inside the lane. Wide open. Murph has 5, and the Tigers back up by 4. It's 14-10. Great feed from Lively, and Cade Wallace found himself with nobody around him. Skip past to Rogie. 30 seconds to go first quarter. Tigers up 14-10. Back left it comes to Berard. 23 to work. Goodmiller. And Rock Creek wants to hold for 1 shot with the Tigers on top, 14-10. Play center stays back in the zone. Now down to 12 and 11. Now with 10, Rock Creek puts it in motion. Out top is Snyder. Right side wing Erogi to the corner Berard. Inside Garcia. Slides in the lane. Blocked from behind by Rosine. Now boarded by Rosine as the buzzer sounds. The Tigers go to the second quarter, leading the second-ranked team in the state of Kansas in 4A Division II, 14-10 here in Chapman. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 100.9.
Do you ever get tired of waiting for your monthly bank statements to show up in your mailbox? Sign up for our new e-statements at Union State Bank and receive your monthly statement as soon as it's ready. With our new e-statements, you gain a more secure way of checking your monthly transactions and the added convenience of being able to check your statements anywhere that you have internet access. Plus, you'll be helping us to go green by processing less paper each month. Call or come in to our convenient locations to get signed up for e-statements today. Union State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It's been 50 years since the first Mustang was unveiled, and this year's model shares some striking similarities with the first generation. The shark bite front grille, the aggressively canted front hood, the iconic fastback, and the signature 3 vertical taillight stripes, which are unmistakably Mustang. The 2015 Ford Mustang gives you speed-enhanced performance with 435 horsepower, and it's hungry for fun, not fuel. See the 2015 Ford Mustangs on the showroom floor at Hanson Ford and Clay Center or online at hansonford.net.
A few good things happened. One for the Tigers, offensive rebounding. They hit a couple of threes. They lead after one quarter, and 2 fouls on the star for Rock Creek, Carson Beckett.
Well, a lot of times you read your own success. The Tigers are playing with confidence tonight. They're playing with aggression. They've got shots to go down. They hit a couple of first-quarter threes, which hasn't happened very often. So here we go.
Tigers off the inbounds. They have the ball to start. Wallace tracks it down, but then slides out of bounds as the pass got away from Play Center. So Rock Creek forces an early turnover, and the Tigers give it up, but they do lead 14-10 to begin this second period. From the baseline, Rogie in the corner has hit his first 2 threes, misses here. Rebound, batted around. That'll be off, they say, of Brady Hamill. And Brady upset. He was bumped as the ball went out of bounds. Didn't get the whistle. Instead, Rock Creek will keep the basketball. It'll be inbounded by Feldkamp. It comes in the lane, drive and shot, no good from Zach Snyder, but he's fouled. 2 free throws coming for the Mustangs. This will be the first free throw shot by Rock Creek. Tigers are 2 of 2 from the stripe, with Ethan Rosine hitting both of those. At the free throw line, Snyder knocks in the first. And it's a 3-point ball game, 14-11. Tigers lead it here to begin the second period. Lane Libby back in. Caleb Carlson will come off. So it's Libby, Rosine, Hamill, Wallace, and Richardson for the Tigers. Second free throw misses. Tigers still lead it by 3. Libby with the rebound. Long down court pass. He has Rosine. Left hand, no. Ball batted to the baseline. Oh, they give this to Rock Creek. 2 Tigers were in position. Looked like either over the back, the foul, they didn't whistle there, or off of Rock Creek, and they give it to the Mustangs. I think they missed that. No, tough call. It wasn't tough. Rosine had a look. It would have been a hurried left-handed lay-in with pressure coming, and he missed. So the basketball back to Rock Creek, and the Tigers up 14-11, early second quarter. Free throw line. Garcia, ball fake. Steps to the baseline. Feldkamp back out deep. Brogy around right to Goodmiller. Just underway in the second quarter. Tigers lead here by 3 over the number 1 seed, Rock Creek. Brogy has it left wing. Tigers zone's done some pretty good work. Now they get the steal inside. They try to throw it backside to the post, and Rosine took it away. So the Tigers have it back with a 3-point edge. Cade Wallace in the front court with the dribble. Right side wing to Libby. Lane Libby brings it back outside, now behind the back. Scoops it to the left corner for Richardson. Bo skips it right back across the Wallace, right on the sideline. It will bring it down. Now Cade will penetrate in the lane, goes up, has it blocked. Brady Hamill back up with a left and drops it in. The Hammerhead has his first point. The Tigers lead by 5, 16-11. Baseline right, Goodmiller. Top of the key, it comes now to Zach Snyder. Rogie left, back out deep between the circles. It belongs to Feldkamp. 6.5 to work first half. Tigers lead 16-11. To the post. Garcia takes it up, and it drops out. Rebound, batted around. Snyder back up. No. Rebound to Richardson. Tigers in the backcourt fouled. as Zach Nider, after missing a point-blank mid-lane jumper, fouls in transition. This will be the fourth team foul against Rock Creek, 2 whistled against the Tigers, and again, the Clay Center Tigers lead it here 16-11.
I have us out rebounding Rock Creek right now, 15-5, Rock.
8 of those on the offensive end.
Well, I say.
That foul against Nider is first. It is just the third team foul against the Mustangs. Caleb Siebold checking in during the break. 6:08 still to go first half. Tigers, they'll lead it 16-11. Lane Libby. Dribble penetrates all the way to the glass. Strong. Rebound, tipped around and picked up by Rogie. Rogie brings it across the midcourt line. Corner right to Goodmiller. They've kept Becker on the sideline for a long time with that second foul that he picked up midway through the first quarter. Outside is Feldkamp. And the Tigers stay in that point zone. Baseline left, Rogie hit a couple of threes. No look that time. Goodmiller back to the baseline right. Now they drop it inside for Nider. Tied up for Siebold. Jump ball. The arrow does go to Rock Creek. They'll keep it on the baseline. Good drop-down defense by the one-man press. Caleb Siebold can be anywhere on the court.
Quick hands, got hands in there and tied him up. And could have been a turnover, but Rock Creek possession.
They keep it on the baseline. Wallace out to get a breather. Richardson back in. Now inside, Nider is fouled from behind, and that'll put Zach Nider to stripe. He has 1 point in the game, 1 of 2 at that free throw line. Third team foul against both now. The foul against Ethan Rosine is his first. Nider at the stripe. They'll have 2 free throws coming. First one on its way is good, and the Tiger lead is 4. 6'3" senior, Zach Nider. 2 of 3 now at the stripe with 1 more coming. This charity on its way is up and also down. We've got a 3-point ball game. Tigers up by that triple. Caleb Siebold brings it across with a dribble. Double team comes at him. It's taken away right at the midcourt stripe. And now a foul called on Siebold outside as he had it taken, and then the bump against Caleb. And this will be the 4th team foul against the Tigers. It gives Rock Creek the possession back, with Clay Center leading by a triple. Cade Wallace back in for the Tigers. 5:24 to work second period. 16-13, Clay Center the lead. In the corner is Nider. Outside it comes to Feldkamp. Top of the key, Goodmiller does not want to look at the 3. Now Nider on the baseline right. Back outside and deep, Feldkamp. They'll work offense against that Tiger zone. Down low, Nider in the lane. Takes it up and gets it to roll in. We got a 1-point ball game. Nider now has 5. Pressure again by Rock Creek. Bo Richardson to the backcourt. Now a double team comes at him. Spins, brings it across. Working against Feldkamp. To the baseline it goes to Rosine. Looks down low. To double team to Libby. Lane holds. Ball above his head. Now lets the offense set. And we have a timeout taken by the Tigers sideline. 4:46 left. First half. Tigers on top 16-15 when we return to Chapman.
Planting your seed at the right depth is critical for a good stand and a maximum farming return. That's why you should consider installing the hydraulic downforce on your planter.
Hydraulic downforce is a way to ensure that we get the correct amount of pressure on the grow units to place the seed at the right depth to get the best stand we can.
The hydraulic downforce is an investment in your planter that pays off.
On the average, we can get 10 bushels an acre over your standard factory spring.
Talk to Central Valley Ag now about the hydraulic downforce.
A long way to go still in this first half, but in all reality, 4:46 with a 1-point lead second quarter. I think the Tigers like the position they're in. If they can just stretch this game out with a chance further and further in this ball game. They have the basketball. That was a Coach Kelly Williams called timeout. Libby baseline left. Wallace for 3. He's hit his second. Cade Wallace has 8, and the Tigers up 19-15. Murph on fire early. Garcia has it at the point. Left on the wing, Rogue hit 2 3-pointers for the Rock Creek Mustangs here in the first half. 19-15. Rogue in the corner right. Back to Goodmiller. Ball fake, steps in, drives, and it is swatted out of bounds by Ethan Rosine. This will stay with Rock Creek on the baseline. The Rock Creek really wants to get the ball inside. They've had a little bit more success in the second quarter than they did the first. But that was a good block by the Tigers. And Rosine, as we talk about all these rebounds, he has 6 rebounds for hour in the first half. for the first 4 points of the game. He scored as well. Rock Creek with the basketball from the baseline. Garcia had a look. Livy nearly took it away. It knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs on their own baseline. Tigers lead with 4:13 to go, second period, 19-15. Basketball comes inside. Rosine, another shot block, and they call this one a foul. Down low, Rosine went up and swatted it. Little cagey play from Goodmiller, threw it off of Rosine, came in bounds to get it. And they said that Rosine had evidently body down low because there was nothing but basketball up top against the 5'11" Jackson Goodmiller, who now gets 2 free throws. And the first one is up and in. Goodmiller with his first point. The Mustangs are now 4 of 5 from the line. The Tigers 2 of 2. And Rosine has to come out with his second foul. Goodmiller, one more free throw coming. The Tigers do lead by 3. Almost to the midway point, second quarter. Both charities are up and good. Substitution in. Feldkamp will come on. Pressure coming from Rock Creek in the full court. Again, Carson Becker still on the sideline. 2 points, but 2 fouls came in the first quarter, and they've held him out since. Tigers with the basketball. Cade Wallace to Caleb Carlson. Bo Richardson still in the backcourt to Carlson. Now to Wallace. Needs to get it across and loses it on the right sideline and out of bounds back to Rock Creek. 3:58 to work, second quarter. It'll be Mustang basketball. Tigers up by a bucket. Feldkamp walks it across. Right wing it goes to Berard. Snyder trying to post it inside. Ian Roteman defending there. Left on the wing is Goodmiller. He goes back out deep to Feldkamp. 3:42 left, second period. Feldkamp holds it to the right. Now left it goes to Berard. He'll dribble attack. Hangs in the air short. Rebound battles for. Roteman tries to save it in. Unable to do so. It stays with Rock Creek on the baseline. Again, Chapman won here earlier. So they await the winner of this game on Saturday night for the Sub-State Championship. Rock Creek, the number 1 seed, with the basketball to inbound. Looking in low to Garcia. Leans in short. Rebound battled for it. Brady Hamill wrestles it away from the Mustangs. Tigers lead by 2 with possession. Here's Livy at the point. Hesitation move. Now a blocking foul out deep will go against the Mustangs. Their 4th team foul. Neither squad in the bonus to this point. It's a good play by Lane Livy, though. He got his defender off balance, and he just made that contact happen in the foul on Feldkamp. His first. Richardson from the sideline. To the corner for Wallace. Knocked away by Berard. Tigers will keep the basketball on the sideline just inside the free throw line extended. So Richardson will inbound. Now deep it comes to Ian Roteman. Roteman fakes left, holds. Now will start to dribble penetrate. Gets it outside to Bo Richardson. Bo works it right. Now jump stops. Needs some help. Kicks it out deep to Lane Livy. 3:05 now. Corner left. Hamill doesn't take the three. Had a decent look. Defender coming at him. He passes it up. Now Roteman starts to penetrate. He'll dribble attack to the lane against Garcia. Off glass, no. Tipped by Hamill. Picked up by Roteman. Now loose on the baseline. They say off of Ian Roteman. Did a great job to come up with it initially, but it was stripped and then knocked it out of bounds off the Tigers. Yeah, that was a great job by Ian. He just couldn't get it to fall. Took it strong to a defender, then got it up over Garcia off the glass, and it just rimmed away from it. 19-17, Tigers by 2. Now with 2:45 to work, second quarter. Left baseline, Rogie to Feldkamp. Berard looks right baseline. Rogie hit a couple of threes. No look this time. Around left to Feldkamp. Garcia and Snyder, the post for Rock Creek. The Tigers in the zone. Livy, Wallace, Hamill, Roteman, and Richardson out there. Here's Berard with 2:25 to work. Baseline right. Snyder fakes the 2, and he walks with the basketball. An unforced turnover, and the Tigers get it back still with a 2-point lead.
Pretty clean game. Like you said, we're not in the bonus on for either team. 5 team fouls for the Tigers, 4 for Rock Creek, and there's 6 turnovers for Clay Center and 3 for Rock Creek. Ethan Rosine, 2 fouls. He's coming back in the contest for the Tigers offensively. Roteman comes out. Wallace in the backcourt in that three-quarter court trap. Richardson to Hamill. Now he brings it across with a dribble. Kicks it to Wallace. Cade to the baseline. Hesitation move. Now backs it out.
Now back toward the corner. Now gives it out top and deep to Richardson. We're at 2 minutes left first half. The Tigers lead by 2. Richardson kick out for Lane Lively. Tigers really spreading the court and hoping to get dribble penetration. Minute 50 to work, second quarter. Tigers lead it 19-17. Bo Richardson with the dribble. Right side. Stops, kicks off to Cade Wallace. Cade with Rogie on him. Puts the dribble down. Down the wing right. Backs it out. Here's Richardson. Ball gets loose. Richardson keeps it alive. Rosine had it for a moment. Now it's loose again. Feldkamp comes up with it. Rock Creek's got numbers going the other way. The foul's going to be called on Cade Wallace. This will be on the floor, so no free throws. They call it on the shot. The outside official called that on the floor. The underneath official overrules and said it was on the shot. That's a tough ball. It will be free throws for Feldkamp. 19-17 at the free throw line. Feldkamp knocks down the first of the 2 free throws. This will be the 10th free throw attempt for Rock Creek. The Tigers have only had 2 free throw opportunities in this first half of play. They still lead by 1. Feldkamp, second free throw is good. 19-19, a minute 28 to work. Rock Creek coming with pressure again. The Tigers, Brady Hamill will inbound. A minute 28 to go, first half. We're tied at 19. Bo Richardson up the court. It comes to Wallace, still in the backcourt. Now to Hamill. Brady bobbled for a moment. Now tries to throw it right sideline, and it's knocked away by Rock Creek, but out of bounds to the Tigers. Hamill will inbound. Again, Rock Creek crowding, trying to pressure. Brady Hamill fires a cross-court to Ethan Rosine, who brings it to the front court of the dribble. Now left baseline, now toward the glass, stops. Through a double team, kicks it out. Here's Hamill right side. Brady gives it out top and deep to Cade Wallace. A minute 5 to work first half. Tigers tied the number 1 seed here. Kick out to Richardson to the timeline. Now Bo works it left toward the lane to the baseline Rosine. Cade Wallace, who has 8 points for the Tigers, drives in, kick out to Rosine. Sideline left, 50 seconds to work. Tigers may look for one. It's a long time to go with the pressure of Rock Creek, but that's what they would like to do and maybe have a chance to go with the lead here before the half. 37 now left. Bo Richardson starts right, moves left. Goodmiller on him, and we've got an offensive foul called against Bo Richardson as Goodmiller steps in front. The offensive foul gives it back to Rock Creek with 33 to go. Pretty good performance by Goodmiller. Great job to get his step across it in front. Then he really let himself go to the floor. Second off there. Man, no kidding. That's unfortunate because the Tigers, if that foul is called against, well, it would have been just a 5th foul against Rock Creek. But now the Mustangs have a chance before the halftime break. 26 to work. 19-19 tie. Tigers stay back in the zone. And the Mustangs will wind it down now with 17. Goodmiller just dribbles out near the half-court stripe. 12 seconds, 11. Rock Creek will go for a shot to finish the half, try to have the lead. Kick right, Rogie, three-pointer on its way, short. Rebound, tip, one, and a foul's going to be called. This will be on Rock Creek over the back. The Tigers get it with 2.4 seconds left. Length to the floor to go. There's no bonus at this point in the ball game for the Tigers. It's a 15th foul against Rock Creek. Foul is on Zach Niner, though. That is his second. Tigers have 2.4 to work. Lane Lively will inbound. Tigers put everybody down around the half-court stripe. Tigers are the officials trying to get both sideline players to sit down. So Lane Lively will inbound it. They fire it all the way down court toward the lane. Touched by Rosine out of bounds with 1.4 now left. And so the basketball will be now Rock Creek's possession linked to the court. They almost got a chance for Rosine to make that catch. That was a good full court pass. It hit him on the hand, but he just couldn't hold on to it. Went out of bounds. Good move here for the Tigers sideline. Rosine with 2 fouls. They get him out as Anthony Atkinson comes in. So 1.4. Rock Creek to the backcourt. Rogie gets it away. It'll count if it goes, but it's too long. We're headed to halftime. The Clay Center Tigers tied with the number 2 ranked team in the state, number 1 seed in this tournament, 19-19 as we head to break. Stay with us. Back in a moment.
Just as Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy is there for you to fill all your prescription drugs and over-the-counter medications, they're also there for you in their Radio Shack department to supply your electronic needs. Connectors, adapters, cameras, TVs, computers, batteries, and a wide variety of electronic gadgets are all available for you, along with the personal service and helpful advice you appreciate from your hometown businesses. Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack is there for you.
Even in today's computer age, some folks like to keep their records the safe and old-fashioned way.
Like chiseling them into large stones?
Not that old-fashioned, Roscoe. Here at Central Office, we stock those hard-to-find farm and small business record books, columnar pads, dome auto record, and home budget books, and more. Plus, to add it all up, we've got the Canon heavy-duty printing calculator on sale for $75 and adding paper for $7.45 per pack of 12 rolls. As you get ready for tax time, come see us at Central Office in Clay Center.
Farmway Co-op, your partner in growth, over a century of serving you, built on pride in everything we do. Agriculture and farmway working hand in hand, looking to the future across this great land. It's where you belong. FarmwayCoop.com. Farmway Co-op, your partner in growth.
Are you done yet? I need to get ready. Well, maybe you should have gotten up sooner. You've been in there for an hour. Come on, I need in there.
Does this happen at your home? Would you like to eliminate all the yelling and buy a bigger house? Well, you can by talking with United Bank and Trust about home loans. Go online to www.ubankonline.com or head to your local branch to visit with a loan officer. United Bank and Trust. You bank, we deliver. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Back once again, we bring you to Chapman as the Irish cheerleaders here at halftime performing for the crowd. But these two teams, in particular, you got to say the Clay Center Tigers have performed in the first two quarters to be tied 19-19. And it's not as if Rock Creek, maybe they struggled, but it's not as if they've shown up and just laid down and just had a terrible first half. I just think the Tigers have had a great attitude and energy about themselves.
Yeah, especially in that first quarter offensively. That was fun to watch. And Rock Creek, to their credit, they kind of extended their defense in the second quarter, and we had a little more trouble with it. But Rock Creek absolutely owned us in the paint last time we played them. They are not doing that tonight. Clay Center's doing a good job defensively. Rock Creek's only got 6 points in the paint in the first half. They've hit a couple of threes, and they've got 7 points at the free throw line. They've got themselves at the game for the free throw line. But that's one thing that Clay Center had to do to give itself a chance is shut down the size of Rock Creek in the paint, and they've done that so far in the first half.
It has been a heck of a first half. The Tigers knocked down 3 threes. 2 of those from Cade Wallace. Murph has 8 to lead the Tigers in scoring, and then Lane Lively hit the other 3. He has 5. Ethan Rosine knocked down the first 4 points of the game, and then Brady Hamill had 1 field goal as well. The thing that we talked a lot about defense and keeping Rock Creek in check as best they can. It's a talented team. The thing I like about the offensive end, Rock Creek's coming pressured. And although they've caused the Tigers a little bit of hesitancy and maybe a turnover here or there, Clay Center's had still the same type of attitude to go. And they've got to the lane and set up other guys.
They've been really, really aggressive offensively. And it helps when you get knocked down a few threes, right? And they're 3 for 3 in the first half from beyond the arc. And they've out-rebounded Rock Creek 19-7. And I'm not good enough keeping stats, so I don't know how many of those are offensive, but quite a few of them are. So that tells you how aggressive the Green team on offense.
It's a great first half of the Tigers. You put themselves in a position, and now you just try to stretch it through the third quarter with a chance. And then if you can get down to the wire and just find a way to hang in here. Now, I guarantee you there's a conversation in the Rock Creek Mustang locker room right now that they plan to come out and take control of this game in the third quarter. And I think the Tigers know that's coming at them too, but I think it helped them a bunch to get a lead. And then in the second quarter, when Rock Creek really tried to come at them, the Tigers, as you said, withstood that pressure pretty well.
Yeah, and confidence is a lot at any level, but, it is a lot here. I think Clay Center's got that confidence tonight. And the guy that killed them the first game, they got him on the bench. They got him on the bench early, and they took it to him.
And the Mustangs probably sending their own message that they're going to hang in there without Carson Becker. 2 fouls in the first quarter. He didn't play at all in the second 8 minutes of this contest. But I will say the Tigers got a pretty good foul against Zach Nider late on an offensive board try because he now has 2. The Tigers' only real foul trouble is Ethan Rosine with 2 fouls. Caleb Carlson picked up a second there early in the second quarter. It's a good first half for the Tigers. They got themselves where they want to be.
Well, and we talked a lot about the Carson Becker, but even without him being on the bench, Rock Creek's still bigger than him.
Yeah, you're right. Garcia's talented inside. His back at the place down the post. 19-19. Tigers have it tied here at the half against the second-ranked team in the state. Number 1 seed in the sub-state, Rock Creek. It's a 19-19 ball game. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on KCLY.
The Northeast Kansas First Trials are in, and the Oldie Seed 2414 Corn Hybrid takes first place with an impressive 208.6 bushel performance, outperforming 35 other hybrids in 4 locations. And if you're concerned about managing risk this season, ask about our new Drought Guard hybrids that are delivering record yields. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555. That's 877-692-4555.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in your Twin Valley digital TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit twinvalley.net/TVE to learn more.
There are various ways to prepare fish for the Lenten season, and Ray's Apple Market has delicious choices every Thursday for you to try. Whether you fry it, grill it, bake it, or steam it, you will always have a special delicious meal each week to commemorate Lent. The selection ranges from crab legs, tilapia, cod, and lobster, along with shrimp, salmon fillets, and other fish varieties from one week to the next. For fresh seafood options during Lent, shop Ray's Apple Market. Your town, your store.
Have you ever forgotten to pay a bill on time? Have you ever ran out of stamps before you mailed your car payment? Have you ever wished you had one more hour of the day to yourself? We have something you'll love. It's called the Citizens National Bank Bill Pay Service, and it saves you time, headaches, and stamps. One visit to our website and you'll have access to all your utility, loan payments, and more. Stop by the Citizens National Bank today and sign up for this time-saving service. It's member FDIC.
Back once again, we bring you here to Chapman as the Clay Center Tigers have it tied with the Rock Creek Mustangs 19-19 against the top seed and second-ranked team in the state. Chapman won earlier tonight over the 2-seed Santa Fe Trail. 6-14 Santa Fe Trail lost by 10 to the host Chapman Irish. It was a 65-55 final in that matchup. From earlier tonight as well, Washington County here on KCLY. What a call from Flip Casper in Wakefield, as they trailed the entire game until 1:39 left, and Kyle McGatlin hit a three-pointer that would give Washington County their first lead, and then they traded buckets down the stretch. Connor Penning, 26 points to lead the way in that 2A boys matchup. So Washington County will play in the sub-state final Saturday evening. We'll have the Washington County girls playing tomorrow night here on KCLY at 6 p.m. before the Lady Tigers of Clay Center will face Rock Creek in that other semifinal game. Also in 1A Division I, Centralia winning 53-21 girls basketball. Southern Cloud fell to Wetmore 58-42. It would also be Hanover girls winning 49-15 to advance over Lakeside in Class 1A. We know the Marysville girls fell to Nemaha Central. Still waiting on a Riley County Falcon girls score. They were taking on Silver Lake tonight, the number 1 seed over in Rossville in Class 3A. And we also had a scoring on the Valley Heights Lady Mustangs as they were leading. And now I've lost the score for you. Valley Heights Lady Mustangs leading Donovan West at the half, 26-8. Had a 17-5 second quarter to take on that big lead. And I was telling Wonk, you always talk about games and now things can happen, and will they happen? Could they Tigers stretch this even further than a tie at halftime? Independence, undefeated in girls basketball, lost tonight in the semifinals to Chanute, so it does happen.
Yeah, and we were talking about that would be a shock to your system. Your only loss of the year on a 3-point last kick shot.
And you don't even get to the Saturday of Sub-State.
That's why it's why they call it March Madness.
That is exactly right. 19-19 ball game. Tigers waiting to come out of their huddle. Rock Creek already out on the floor, ready to go. Carson Becker, Zach Nider are in the game with those 2 fouls, as are Ethan Rosine and Caleb Carlson. Play Center will have the basketball to start. You got to think you're going to see a tremendous pressure coming now from Rock Creek as they start the second half, and I'm sure wanted to take some control of this basketball game. 19-19. Tigers have it to start. Bo Richardson from the sideline to inbound, lobs it to the backcourt for Lane Lively. Lane will hand it back to Bo, and Tigers have their first offensive possession, still in the backcourt. Now Richardson brings it across. He's working against Berard. Left side toward the baseline, kicks it out, top of the key to Lively. Rosine posting low, not there. Now Lively takes it in. Fingertip roll is short. Rebounds to Berard, and Rock Creek has it going the other way. Berard left wing and deep. Tigers back in that zone. They've really done a great job defending on the post. A couple of three-pointers knocked in from Rogie outside, and now Nate Berard takes it up and under 2 Tiger defenders, and Rock Creek has a lead, 21-19. Pressure in the backcourt. Lively across the timeline, lost at the post. Here's Rosine off glass. No. Rebound, and Rosine goes over the top of Goodfellow. That'll be his 3rd foul. And Rosine had more of a mismatch than he maybe realized. Goodmiller at 5'11", trying to defend the post, and Rosine just couldn't drop it in off the glass.
Play Center's had 2 good looks here early in the 3rd quarter, but one thing they haven't got an offensive rebound yet.
Right.
Rock Creek's probably determined to stop that, so you can keep crashing the offensive board.
Mustangs get it back, 21-19. Tigers now trail by a bucket. It'll be Zach Nider to inbound. Cade Wallace coming on with the Tigers. The officials get the wave into substitutes. Now they do. Wallace will replace Rosine, who picks up his 3rd foul. Had a good look offensively, just couldn't cash it, and then went back over the top to try to tip the board and was called for the contact. So the Mustangs have it. Feldkamp will walk it through the timeline. Wallace, Carlson, Campbell, Lively, and Richardson on the court. Feldkamp left and deep to Goodmiller. Around right it goes to Rogie. Becker trying to post inside. Now at the free throw line, Nider takes the free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound tips to the baseline. They'll say off of Brady Hamill, and it stays with Rock Creek on the baseline. 6:58 to work, 3rd quarter. Tigers down by 2. Lob inside. Becker, nobody looking, and they lob it up, and he tips it up and in. Carson Becker now has 4, and Rock Creek with their biggest lead of the game, 23-19. The Tigers outscored 4-0 to start the 3rd quarter. Have had a couple of looks offensively, as Long said, but they need to get something to go down. Here's Lively out left wing, crosses over. The baseline is Richardson. Bo drives, double team, spins, now needs some help. Lobs it back outside. Here's Hamill. Brady will stop. He'll hand it off to Richardson. Bo, left side toward the drive. Jump stop in the lane. Puts the ball flash toe. Tip up and missing is Hamill for the Tigers with 2 good looks that trip. Just ain't able to finish. Feldkamp to Goodmiller. Spin. Fall away. Good. And Rock Creek's out to a 6-0 start in the 3rd. 25-19. And the Tigers just trying to get a shot. Now it's taken away from Cade Wallace. Down court, Rogie. Laying good. It's an 8-0 start in the 3rd. For the Rock Creek Mustangs, they lead at 27-19. First 2 minutes, 3rd quarter, and Rock Creek leads it with an 8-0 run. Stay with us. More Tiger basketball continues next.
For relief of neck and back pain, see Bruna Implement Company and the Grasshopper True Zero Turn Mowers and use as directed. These mowers are the perfect prescription to cure the aches and pains of mowing. Our humanomic design, foam padded steering levers, and the industry's most comfortable seat are standard features, so operators stay fresh, focused, and alert. For the ultimate performance and rugged durability, it's the Grasshopper True Zero Turn Mower. Test drive a Grasshopper today when you visit Bruna Implement Company. Doctor's orders. Visit Bruna Implement Company today.
For once, the Tigers scored 14 first quarter points. They were held to 5 in the 2nd quarter, but tied 19-19, and now they've gone scoreless first 2 minutes and outscored 8-0 by Rock Creek. So the Mustangs getting the start they wanted.
Yes, they amped up the pressure, and we're having a little bit of trouble with their trap threat.
Morgan Chestnut will inbound to Bo Richardson in the backcourt. He'll bring it up the left sideline. Double team coming from Becker. Now it's to Chestnut. Ball fake to Wallace across the timeline. Cade caught from behind. Ball knocked away to the sideline. Out of bounds to Clay Center. 5:50 to go, third quarter. Tied at 19 at halftime. Clay Center now trailing 27-19. Becker has to come to the sideline, but he took a finger in the eye. It looks like Garcia comes in for him. Richardson inbound from the sideline. The Tigers front court to Brady Hamill. Zach Snyder out on him. He'll hand it off near the timeline to Bo Richardson. 5:45 to work, third quarter. 27-19. Richardson, 5 count on. Now takes it toward the lane, stops, kicks it out to Libby. Man-to-man by Rock Creek, really giving the Tigers fit. Here's a pass from Libby. There's Hamill, ball loose, tipped around. Libby gets it. Now a foul's called late on the play, and it will go to who? 27-19, and a foul called in a loose ball situation. I thought they had played on because the whistle came very late in there, but it will be Rock Creek's possession. Brady Hamill picks up his first foul. Left side deep is Goodmiller to the baseline with a dribble. Now back outside between the rings, Feldkamp to Berard, right wing. Couple of dribble stops. Back to Feldkamp. Now Garcia outside the arc to Goodmiller, left corner Berard. He'll start to step toward the lane. Kicks it toward the paint. Now Goodmiller down inside. No good. Rebound battled for. Goodmiller out of there with it for Rock Creek. And with 4:58 to go, the Mustangs keep possession. Tigers now trailing by 8 points here. Here's Feldkamp. At the point, it goes to Garcia, left wing Berard. He'll take his first 3 attempt, and he drains it. And Berard with all 5 of his points in this quarter. The Tigers now down by 11. They've been outscored 11-0 to start the second half. 4.5 to work. Libby in the backcourt, pressured by Feldkamp. Now brings it across. Double team at him. Knocked out of bounds by Goodmiller. Carson Becker back in for the Mustangs. Out will come Zach Snyder. And Rock Creek really coming out and imposing their will on this third period. They lead by an 11-0 run, 30-19. Richardson brings it in to Brady Hamill out near the half-court stripe. Now hands it back to Poe. 4:24 to work. Tigers been shut out here almost halfway through the third period. Richardson to Lane Libby. He'll attack the paint all the way in the lane. Shot up, no. Lots of contact, no foul called. And now they get Libby for a bump in the backcourt against Becker. That is now the third team foul against the Mustangs, or against the Tigers. 0 against Clay Center here in the third quarter. 4:14 to go, third period. Rock Creek gets it back. They lead now by 11. Becker brings it into Goodmiller, who walks it toward the midcourt stripe. Tigers back in that zone. Chestnut in the middle. Hamill and Richardson down low. Wallace and Libby. And now we've got a foul on Brady Hamill. And now that's 4 against the Tigers. Yet to be a whistle against the Mustangs. And Brady had a lot of basketball at the top. But evidently some body down low. And it's 2 free throws for the Mustangs. Rock Creek was 7 of 10 the first half. The Tigers have only shot twice in the entire game from the line. And it is Berard who knocks in the first of the 2. 31-19, a 12-0 start for the Mustangs here in the third period. They came out and stole the momentum here in the third quarter from the Tigers. 19-1 teams probably have a trend of doing those things when someone steps up at him. Richardson has it knocked away in the backcourt, battling for it, fighting on the ground. They'll call a jump ball as Berard tipped it, tied it up, and the arrow does go to Rock Creek. So the Mustangs get it on the sideline. 3:56 to work, 31-19 ball game. Mustangs now lead by 12, and they have possession. Tigers have been held scoreless for this first half of the third quarter. Becker in the corner left. To Goodmiller. They'll bring it out top to set offense against the Tigers, with Clay Center now trailing by 12. Left wing and deep is Rogie. Goodmiller attacks, now backs it out. Wallace on him. Baseline right, Berard. To the post, he comes to Snyder. He'll take it up in a crowd, no good. Battled for a loose ball, picked up by Berard. He loses it out of bounds, and the Tigers do get it back. 3:33 to work, third quarter. Do have an update on the Concordia Sub-State boys. They'll take on TMP, who beat host Colby. TMP did. Down court pass Wallace looking for Rosine, and a foul on Nider as Rosine is knocked to the floor. That'll be the third foul on Zach Nider, the first whistle against Rock Creek here in the second half. Well, they had a good look. It just took some time for the ball to get there, and Nider closed quickly.
Well, he did, and he was looking at the ball, and he really he hit Rosine hard. I don't think he meant to take him out as much as he did because he thought he had a beat on the ball.
Richardson inbound from the baseline. Holds. Now trying to lob it out left side, and it's taken away by the Rock Creek Mustangs on the inbound. Left wing and deep. Baseline Becker gets underneath the backboard. He steps out of bounds. The Tigers get the possession back here. 3:14 to work third quarter. Tigers to get the score here.
They need something positive to happen here on the offensive side. Remember how aggressive they need to remember back how aggressive they were in the first quarter of this game.
Ian Roteman into Caleb Seabold in the backcourt against Berard. Seabold now to Roteman. Fakes left. Now gets it to Seabold. Still in the backcourt. Now he brings it across, trying to get it to Livy. It's loose and picked off by Rogie. So the Tigers turn it back over, down by 12. To the post, Becker, back to the bucket. Kicks to their baseline. Berard, another free chance. This one goes up over the backboard. The Tigers will again get it back. Down by 12, scoreless in this quarter. If the Tigers could make a little 7-2, 5-0 run of some sort, this is still a heck of a game going to the fourth. But they got to find a way to get one down on the offensive end. Here's Seabold in the backcourt. Now to Livy at the half-court stripe. Spins, goes for the lane, attacks, hangs in the air. Fingertip roll is good. Magic Livy finds an answer. It's a 10-point ball game. Rock Creek the other way. To the post. Becker quickly up and good. Easy bucket. The 3 fouls on Rosine, not helping him defend down inside. Now Seabold goes to the ground. No foul. Good Miller. And now Rogie drops it in. Rogie has 8 first 2-point buckets. Wallace the other way. He'll take it up. Fouled. And 2 free throws coming for Cade Wallace, who had 8 first half points, including 2 threes. The Tigers now trailing by 14. 2 straight buckets scored by the Mustangs. So it'll be Wallace at the stripe to shoot 2. Second team foul against Rock Creek. First free throw falls in there for Murph, and he now has 9 points to lead the Tigers in scoring. There was a 12-0 run by the Mustangs. And the Tigers now just trying to tread water here in the third as they've fallen behind by, now make it 12 as Wallace hits both of those free throws. He now has 10 in a game, 35-23, 2:15 to work third quarter. It is Rock Creek's possession. Right sideline, given off to Rogie, double team, loose. He falls to the ground, ball still loose. Becker picks it up. Now to Goodmiller on the right side. He'll hold, and out deep it comes to Rogie with 2 minutes left. It's a 12-point Rock Creek lead. Left wing and deep. Berard to Becker. Short corner left. Goes to the block. And it's blocked from behind by Rosine. Tigers have it down 12. Seabold. Front court hands it off to Lane Livy. Left wing. Richardson. Short corner. Back outside. Bo had a look at 3. Didn't want it. Now Rosine in the corner left. Outside for Livy. Kicks right. Roteman fakes 3. Steps in. Pulls the trigger. And drops it home. Mr. Fourth quarter scores 1 here in the third, and it's 35-25. Tigers down 10. Rock Creek with the basketball. Left wing and deep, it goes to Berard. Got a good Miller at the point. Tigers in that zone. Berard has it with 1:15 to go third quarter. Skip to Rogie. Back out deep for Goodmiller. And Rock Creek may hold it for a while. They would love the Tigers to come out in the man-to-man. Clay Center has not had to do that yet. 1:04 left. 35-25. Berard holds it. Left sideline, now under a minute to go. 35-25. Tigers were outscored 12-0 to start this quarter. Now down 10. And Rock Creek's going to shorten the game down by milking the clock. And the Tigers say, we're down 10. We're still in this ball game after a terrible start to the third. 37 to work. And Rock Creek will just hold on to it for a final shot here in this third, leading by 10. Gerard just holds it outside the 6'1" senior, looking up at the clock above head. Now down to 20. He'll give it off to Goodmiller. Richardson comes to pressure. 15. Now Berard still holds. He looks to the sideline. Coach says now go. Goodmiller has it. High post Garcia at the free throw line with 8, with 7. Berard in the corner. Rogie for 3 is short. Rebound tip. Goodmiller back up and good. At 5:11, Goodmiller comes up with the board, and the Tigers will trail by a dozen heading to the final quarter. 37-25. Rock Creek leads it here in Chapman when we come back.
If you're looking for a construction company you can really trust, listen to those who have used Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. One customer was very impressed with the crew's work on their project, and another one praised the team for the truly extraordinary job they did on their new family room. Read more testimonials at GeislerRoofing.com. They've been serving North Central Kansas for over 35 years with quality craftsmanship and integrity. Visit GeislerRoofing.com.
Farmers, are you looking forward to getting a jump on those weeds in your corn, milo, soybean, and alfalfa ground? The field specialists at Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales include Brent, Alan, Darren, Kent, Mike, and Kenny Beach, and they stand ready to address the crop challenges you face by tailor-making specific solutions to protect your crops. They work hard to stay on top of the latest innovations in order to bring you the best products to produce the best returns. It's time to call Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales.
Well, the Tigers see a 12-0 run for Rock Creek to begin the third quarter. The difference here is we go to the fourth, so they kind of hung in there in the way that third quarter started to be down 12.
Yeah, the second half of that quarter we played like we had the first half. Right. Kind of unfortunate they got that 2 at the end, but here we go for the fourth. So the Tigers will have it to begin. Lane Lively brings it across against Feldkamp. Right wing with the dribble. Now has it almost taken away. Turns, spins to the post. Caleb Carlson, and he goes strong to the lane. Puts the hard hat on, takes it in, and cuts the lead. Now back down to 10. Rock Creek with the basketball. And the Mustangs may bring this out, Wong, because I think they really would like to see the Tigers have to come out of the zone. They're going to hold the ball until we come out.
With a 10-point lead, the Rock Creek Mustangs have made the decision, and I really don't blame them because the zone has caused them all kinds of problems by the Tigers. And so at some point, the Tigers will have to come out and either extend the zone or they will have to come out and go man-to-man. Coach Jim Johnston just saying, let's just move it until they come out and defend us, and let's see if our man-to-man offense can make it work. Here's Goodmiller to the post, almost taken away by Carlson. Berard in the corner. 7 minutes to go. Drive by Berard across lane. Becker takes it up in a crowd and scores it. He now has 8. The Tigers down by 12. 39-27. Brady Hamill will bring it across. 6:45 to work, fourth quarter. Thing the Tigers probably ought to think about with the right personnel, they have some fouls to give right now. They could really strip at the basketball. Here's Lane Lively, dribble attack, try to go down low, knocked out of bounds by Goodmiller. And on the baseline, it will go to play center. You know, take a strip on defense that's getting the ball, and if they don't whistle, great. If they do, it's no harm done. Cade Wallace will inbound it. Looks inside the lane, now lobs it out deep for Hamill. Brady has Becker on him. Becker picked up those 2 fouls in the first quarter, so that's the entire second period, and has yet to pick up a third. Here's Lively out at the point, crosses over, toward the lane, leans, hangs, and gets fouled. That'll be a chance at points without the clock moving for Lane Lively at the strike. A good attack of the paint with the dribble drive. 39-27 with 6:21 to work fourth quarter. 2 free throws coming for Lane Lively. That's just the third and fourth free throw attempts of the game, the Tigers. And they are 3 of 3 at the line. And that foul on Feldkamp was his third.
They shot 2 and 5 of 5.
Oh, they said they had, this is the third and fourth of the second half, yeah. Correct, yeah. 5 of 5. Wallace had the 2 free throws earlier in that third quarter. 39-28. Lively to try to cut it back down to 10, and it's strong. Rebound off to Becker. 6:20 to work, fourth period. Becker will bring it across himself, guarded by Hamill. Tigers aren't a man-to-man, had to go there. Rock Creek forcing him into it. Out top, Garcia. Nearly stripped by Seabold. Now down low, wide open, Goodmiller for 2. Goodmiller now has 8. The Tigers trail by 13. Pressure from Rock Creek. Caleb Seabold up the right sideline. Double team. Ball loose on the ground. Now he's trying to get rid of it. Does so to Wallace. Kate at the point. Left side wing Richardson. Bow will attack. Hangs in the air. And ball stripped away on the shot. Garcia. And a foul is going to be called late against the Tigers. Trying to strip it back away. Good drive by Richardson. Didn't get the whistle he was hoping for. Instead, Lane Lively will be called for the Tigers' 15th foul. His second. Rock Creek in the backcourt. Tigers pressuring. 5:44 to work, down by 13. 19-19 the halftime score. A 12-0 third-quarter run. Hamill near steal against Becker. Now it's loose. Wallace has it. Fires down court. Hamill toward the lane. Loses it. Out of bounds 2. The Tigers will keep it. Rock Creek the last to touch it. So Placer gets it back with 5:28 to work. It'll be Bo Richardson to bring it in bounds. Right of the glass from the baseline. Richardson, Tigers put the play in motion. Outside he goes to Seabold. Dribble attack. Hangs, falling to the ground. He's fouled. This will be a chance for the Tigers again at the stripe with no clock moving. Caleb Seabold just got enough contact. Fell over 4, and the foul called against Rock Creek. That's on Becker, his third.
Last 6-7 minutes of this game, Placer has done a good job of getting back to aggressively attack the basket like they had in the first half.
Seabold short on the first free throw attempt.
A step behind, and we have trouble playing against these bigger guys, playing man-to-man against Rock Creek. So you have to hit a few shots here down the stretch to keep the second team.
Seabold makes 1 of 2 at the line, and the Tigers again trail by 12, 41-29. Carson Becker in the backcourt against Hamill. Now brings it to the half-court stripe to Berard. Seabold on him pressuring, and he can pressure. Berard, 5 count on. Now he gets rid of it to Goodmiller. Back out deep for Becker. 5:10 to go in the game. Tigers trail 41-29. Richardson pressures on Feldkamp. Now Garcia against Lively. To the lane. Berard hangs little. Oh, what a shot. Double dip, and then he spun it off the glass to get it to go down. Tigers trail by 14. Here's Hamill. Three-pointer left side. Just short. Rebound comes off on the weak side to Jackson Goodmiller. Goodmiller may be one of the better rebounding guards I've seen this year as a point guard. They get down inside on both ends. 43-29. Now Rock Creek leads it by 14. Wide open Feldkamp bucket. He has 4. Now the lead's out to 16 points with 4.5 to go in the game. Here's Seabold, front court. Drives to the baseline. Ball tipped away. Gets it back. Berard all over him. Fires it out top. Tip away by Becker. Becker, sideline left. Stops in the front court. Now backs it out. Rock Creek will run offense with a 16-point lead. Here's Becker with the basketball. Free throw line, Goodmiller. Baseline right, Berard. Back outside it goes to Goodmiller again. Handed off to Carson Becker. Midway point, fourth quarter. Rock Creek now a 16-point lead. Trying to advance to play Chapman, and now Feldkamp steps out of bounds. So out of bounds off the tip by Richardson, they're saying. It stays with Rock Creek. Ethan Rosine, Ian Roteman, Caleb Carlson back in. Wallace, Richardson, Hamill come off. Also, the Tigers' Parker Folks will come on, and Lane Lively will get a break. 3:56 to work, fourth quarter. It's 45-29. Tigers down by 16. What a battle they put up, though, against the second-ranked team in the state here tonight. From the sideline, it'll be brought in from Feldkamp. Becker posting down and low against Rosine. Takes it right up into him and up and through. He has 10. Here's Seabold in the front court. Left to Rosine. Outside Seabold. 3:44 left in the ball game. Rosine has it left side to the baseline for Seabold. Now taken away by Berard. Long down court pass. It is Feldkamp. He'll take the shot up and good. And suddenly Rock Creek is up by 20 with 3.5 to go. Seabold in the backcourt. Pressure coming. Becker picks up his 4th foul, trying for the steal at the half-court line. Fourth quarter action. Tigers down 49-29 after being tied at 19 at halftime. And Rock Creek came out with a 12-0 blast to begin the third quarter. And it's really kept the Tigers at bay. They've had to change their game plan on the defense they were playing. Here's Rosine left and deep. Rosine toward the baseline with the dribble. Kicks it out to Seabold. Caleb will dribble penetrate. He's tripped up on his way in by Berard. It'll be out of bounds to the Tigers. That's just the 16th foul against Rock Creek. Only 5 against the Tigers in this half, so neither team in the bonus. Caleb Rogie will come on for the Mustangs. Berard will come out his first foul. Tigers will have it on the baseline, left of the window. Roteman, right baseline. To the post, he goes to Parker Folks. He'll take it up. Foul called, and Folks gets to the free throw line. They'll have 2 coming. And Parker has a knack for doing that. We saw that in the Hillsborough tournament. We've seen it in other matchups throughout the year as well. But against bigger opponents, just has a way of getting them a little off balance. He picked this one up on Jared Garcia. 2 free throws coming for the sophomore. And the first one rattles in. 49-30, 3:06 to work in the game. At the stripe is Parker Folks. He made the first. Second free throw on its way. This one he's down as well. Feldkamp will walk it across. Tigers down by 18 now inside of 3 minutes. Goodmiller, right sideline. Back out deep, Feldkamp. Around left they go to Rogie. Now Nider. Near the timeline it comes to Feldkamp. 2:48 to work. Tigers trying to trap on the perimeter. Feldkamp near the timeline. Seabold and Roteman both there. Tigers not opting to foul, down by 18. They realize where the game's at, but they are playing a great trapping defense. Now Garcia has it mid-lane, backs it out with a dribble, and then fires it back out deep for Feldkamp. 2:28 left to go. Lob down low. Here's a drive. Rogie blocked from behind. They call a foul against, I think, Caleb Carlson underneath. With 2:25 left to go here in this fourth quarter. It's 49-31. 2 free throws for Caleb Rogie. He was kind of the difference maker first half, Larry, when he knocked down the 2 threes against the Tigers zone. Yeah, when Clayton was backing it down, and Darren Rock Creek was shooting from the outside there in the first half. He came in and knocked down a couple of threes for him. Rock Creek is very good, well-rounded basketball.
Yeah, they are.
They've proven here that they can handle the ball. They can handle the ball with their guards and their big guys. Right. Yeah, they all aren't afraid to bring it up the court or into half-court set. There's a missed free throw again, and Lane Libby brings it down. 49-31, Libby to Bo Richardson. Pull up, left elbow, jumper on its way. Just rattles strong. Rebound to Garcia. So Rock Creek will advance. There's 2:09 left to go, but now leading by 18. But what a terrific effort for the Clay Center Tigers. Tied at 19-19 against 19-1 and second ranked in the state, Rock Creek. Third quarter just let things get away from them when Rock Creek went on a 12-0 run. Minute 51 to work. Goodmiller backs it out. Wallace out on him. Carlson, Richardson, Hamill, Lively on the court. Garcia tries to drive. There'll be a reach-in foul against the Tigers. Now both teams are in the 1-1 from here on out. So Jared Garcia will get a chance at the 1+. So $1:45 to go here in the fourth. Chapman will host the boys' sub-state championship, and Chapman will play in that game after knocking off Santa Fe Trail earlier. Here, this one gets it. Here's Garcia at the stripe, and Strong. Rebound tipped up, and Garcia gets it back, and Rock Creek keeps the basketball. Goodmiller, left wing and deep. Now backdoor look for Rogie, and the lay-in is good. Rogie has 10. 90 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Wallace across the timeline. 51-31. Bo Richardson with it. to Cade Wallace, who will attack. Ball knocked away, and they say it went off of the Tigers. Wallace, after it was batted away, play center net will now bring Ian Roteman back in. Caleb Carlson, one of those Tigers seniors, comes off. Brady Hamill, another Tiger senior, gets a chance to come off to the applause of his teammates and the Tiger fans that are here. Bo Richardson, also one of those seniors, comes to the sideline. Minute 21 to work. So you have Anthony Atkinson-Enneking, Morgan Chestnut, Cade Wallace, Lane Livey, and one more senior, I'm sure, with Ian Roteman, who will be coming out the next dead ball likely for the Tigers. A minute 10 to work. Left sideline, Goodmiller. High post. Now Goodmiller drives, caught in the lane, blocked by Livey from behind, and a foul is going to be called. A minute 3 to work, and it'll put Goodmiller at the stripe. to shoot 2. And a little respect from Coach Jim Johnson, I would say, Larry, because he's not emptied the bench once until now with a minute 3 left. And it never was out of hand, to be real honest. They got it by 20, and that's where they're at right now. Parker Folks does come in, and Ian Roman will get that chance to come to the sideline, the 4th Tiger senior. Minute 3 to work, 51-31. Good Miller at the stripe. Second free throw is rattling in, so he gets 1 of 2.
You never really got the feeling that it was out of hand for just a couple of minutes ago. Probably here in basketball.
I would agree. Minute 3 to go. Tigers have it. Cade Wallace will bring it up the floor. Outside, he goes right on the wing to Atkinson Inningking. Now down low. Chestnut inside the lane. Takes it up strong. No foul call. Rebound comes away to Rock Creek's Avery Ebert with 45 to go. And Mustangs are going to survive and advance, although Wallace nears still to half-court stripe. Cade took a shot to the nose as he was reaching in for that steal, and he is a little dazed right now. 33 to work. Tigers in a man-to-man. It's given off to Keldon Fox. Mustangs winding clock down. Left corner, Jackson Pike. 22 to work. Outside is Keldon Fox again. Now around right, they give it off to Cooper Schottermeyer. 13 seconds left. Rock Creek will advance. They'll play Chapman Saturday night in the boys 4A sub-state championship. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, and they'll wind it down. A tremendous effort for the Clay Center Tigers, who had a lead after 1 quarter, a tie ball game at half. But eventually Rock Creek wears down the Tiger effort here tonight. It's a 52-31 final. The Tigers with the loss in the semifinals of the 4A sub-state. Stay with us. Your postgame will be coming up next.
Being a student athlete means carrying great responsibility because you represent not only yourself, but also your family, school, and community. Taking pride in academics is as important as taking pride in athletics. So whether in the classroom or on the court or field, develop passion for what you do. Be determined in your endeavors and work hard to achieve your goals. These qualities will help you succeed and find fulfillment now and in the next chapters of your life. We're proud to stand behind you, Tigers. We're Clay County National Bank, member FDIC.
Do you believe professionalism should be rewarded? When you find a contractor who shows up early, works long days, gets the job done on time with expertise, cleans up so well you can't tell they've been there except for the fact their work is finished and looking great, you know that's the only contractor you'll ever want to hire. These are words that an actual customer has used to describe McGee Roofing. The customer has used McGee Roofing twice and will again. Reward professionalism, hire McGee Roofing. Save money on the best-selling pickup in the country. The highest Ford rebates in history are on the remaining 2014 F-150s at Hanson Ford in Clay Center. These Ford F-150s have earned the right to boast of comfort while delivering a tough, hard-working package and efficiency with its EcoBoost while producing power when you need it. Stop into Hanson Ford and look over their nice selection of 2014s and save with Ford rebates that have never been higher. Check out hansonford.net.
This is Keith Blake with Union State Bank. I feel fortunate to work in downtown Clay Center and to be able to see the historic and picturesque Courthouse Square every day. Union State Bank has been a cornerstone of the community since our founding in 1901. We have endured many economic cycles during this time, which has helped us grow stronger and more secure. We stand ready to help farmers, businesses, and consumers thrive and grow. We're committed to working with you with whatever your financial needs may be. Union State Bank, member FDIC.
The Tigers do come up short, but it was some kind of effort, and a lot of people across the state are going to look at a 21-point win, 52-31, and think, well, Rock Creek just kind of took care of business, and they did, and they are an impressive team, as Larry said, so well-rounded to be able to kind of handle any situation and then find a way to adapt to make it happen. But this was far more than just Rock Creek taking care of things. The Tigers pushed them to the limits.
Well, we definitely woke them up. They knew they were in for a ball game. I would say that was a combination of really good coaching, preparing the Tigers for what they had to do to be in this game against Rock Creek, and then probably even more so the Tigers executing that. They were very, very aggressive, on the offensive end. We out-rebounded them 23-17. Rock Creek narrowed the gap a little bit in the second half. But the first half, really, really out-rebounded them. We played aggressive. We played with confidence. And that was really, really fun to watch. It was for me. And Rock Creek came out in the second half. Yeah, they kind of established their dominance. But the Tigers gave them a run for their money. Even the 12-0 run to start the third quarter, and the Tigers kept themselves down just 12 going into the fourth. So, they at least gave themselves that chance to kind of crawl back in it. But Rock Creek eventually just too strong down the stretch, and they come away with the victory here tonight against Clay Center. But what an effort for the Tigers to come in here and really battle and do what they did against the number 2 ranked team in the state. Mustangs were led by 10 points each from Carson Becker and Caleb Rogie. Rogie with those 2 threes in the first half. 8 points from Nate Berard, all in the second half of play. 9 from Jackson Goodmiller. They get also 6 from Alex Feldkamp, 2 for Jared Garcia. The Tigers led by sophomore Cade Wallace, who had 2 3-pointers, 10 points in the game. 8 from Lane Livey. Ethan Rosine knocked in 6. They get 2 each from Parker Folks, Brady Hamill, and Caleb Carlson. And Caleb Siebold knocked down 1 free throw. And, of course, the 4 Tiger seniors on this team. I was talking to someone just before leaving Clay Center. They had a small gathering of fans and parents and cheerleaders at the Country Club Hill, and sent the team on their way out. And someone was asking at the club about this team. And I said, the one thing I will tell you is there has not been a day Coach Williams has said or a night that I've watched them play, and boy, tonight just sums it up perfectly, that they haven't come out and been great leaders and just fought their tails off every game. Well, and I think that especially the first half of this game really dictated that, because they're playing one of the best teams in the state. Rock Creek had 0 leads in the first half of this battle.
Right.
0.
Yeah, that tells you a lot. And the Tigers, there's a couple of runs Rock Creek made to come from 5 down against Clay Center and looked like, okay, maybe they're starting to, and the Tigers just kind of held their ground, dug themselves back in, and had it tied at 19-19 going into the second half before eventually seeing the game slip away down the stretch, 52-31. Those 4 seniors, they have been a big part of what's happened for the Tigers. 6'2" senior, I said it a couple of times, he always puts the hard hat on it. I always describe Caleb Carlson as a guy that puts the minute work sign up in the lane, puts the hard hat on. He's got his lunch bell packed before his lunch, and he goes to work. Just does that every game.
Yeah, he sure does. And I'll tell you, not only that, the biggest play I remember about him all year long was when we were at Council Grove. He made one of the most athletic plays I've ever seen. Yeah, and it looked like he was coming down the sideline, and it looked like he jumped over the scores table and came back down in bounds. Yeah, it was really fun to watch. So he is not only a hard worker, pretty athletic. Ian Roteman, 6'1", a senior. I got to call him Mr. Fourth Quarter after the going down to Hillsboro in the tournament, because he just seemed to kind of find a way to get some energy when they needed something going, and he was such a big producer with his team as well. And tonight came out and had that big bucket in the third quarter. Yeah, he sure did. And one of the biggest things I remember about him was being a major spark plug when we played against Marysville early in the year. Marysville had taken it to us, and we came back in the third and fourth quarter, and we were pressing, and he was a big part of that, getting kills and scoring, and had Marysville kind of really on the ropes, and then they wiggled out of it. But I remember that basketball game.
Bo Richardson, 6'1", and a senior, and he averaged 6 points a game. He didn't shoot a lot, but he could score when he needed to, and I always said Bo knows anything that he did on the court. But I don't think people understand sometimes how much he handled the basketball and how well he defended.
Yeah, and tonight was just a typical Bo game. He handled the basketball well. He's got long arms, so he's able to keep them away from that basketball, and he has the ability to drive to the basket, and he did that tonight, and was a big aggressor here in the first quarter and get the Tigers off to a good start.
And Brady Hamill, undersized inside, they actually got him out to more of a perimeter player, and I think it fed into his game. We saw the 3-ball go down for the hammerhead, and you can talk about, you say it about all these guys, but nobody works harder, I don't think, than Brady Hamill does.
Well, that's exactly right. All 4 of these guys work tremendous hard, and I've known Brady for a long time, and he kind of epitomizes this team. He probably would have liked to have played on the perimeter even more than he did, except that we don't have the guys that can defend inside. So Brady, he had to kind of wear both hats, the paint guy and on the perimeter when he could. Right. Tigers lose a 52-31 ball game. Our thanks to those seniors and what they have meant to the Tiger program. That ends their year with the loss to number 1 seed and number 2 ranked in the state, now 20-1, Rock Creek. Don't forget tomorrow night, more semifinal action back here in Chapman. First, it's Wakefield. Washington County girls will match up against Republic County, and then it'll be the Clay Center Lady Tigers here at Chapman. They will face Rock Creek. That'll do it for tonight. Our studio engineer is Chase Elliott. Walk Wallace, Rocky Downing telling you, enjoy the rest of your Sports Thursday.